Namaste. Hi, little buddies, my super wonders. Welcome to your favorite Yellow Classes General Knowledge with Medha Ma'am. Hi. I am so happy to see you all. Super duper excited, super duper happy. And you know what? I was really eagerly waiting to see you guys. You must be thinking, why Medha Ma'am? Well, it is not that it only happens, in our special sessions, but then Medha ma'am is always excited to see the little wonders because you all are my favorite part of the day. Definitely. Yes. Do you all also wait to see Medha ma'am? Yes, of course, because you all want to know what is Medha ma'am coming up with today? What different, what new, right, kids? Yes, okay. So, well, I will not hold your, curiosity levels anymore. And now I'm going to reveal what are we going to talk about today. Okay, so I'm going to ask you this question. Many a times in our homes, when our parents talk or our grandparents talk, we have heard something about a word called a bank. You have heard? Yes, we have heard what is a bank, right? Now, kids, when we talk about a bank or when we hear the name, it usually means something. We must have heard about the discussion that, probably our mom says, hey, let's, I need to go to the bank for some work, right? Or your dad must have said, yes, I need to, get this money from the bank. So, money, bank, have we all heard these names pretty often? Yes, kids. All right. So this is what Medha ma'am is going to tell you today, talk to you about. Well, none other than, guess. Yes, kids. Today, Medha ma'am is going to talk about banks. Yes, kids. What is a bank? Why do we keep hearing this name in our homes a number of times? Why is it so important, right? And why is always a discussion about money and banks together, right? And then, of course, is there just one bank or are there many banks? Well, this is what we are going to talk about today. So are you all ready? Yes. Also, what is different in today's session is that, kids, we are going to have the polls exactly in the end of the session, right in the end. We are going to do the polls, so the questions are not going to come in between. We will have the session all together. Whew, so stick to your screens and here I go. So now, kids, when I talk about the bank, the first question comes, what is a bank? Right now, okay. All right. Now, for example, when we hear from our parents and then say, you know what, I have to go and give this money to the bank, or I have to go and take out some money from the bank. So, kids, bank actually is a financial institution. Okay, financial means something which deals with the finances, something which deals with the money. Okay, so it is a financial institution where customers, they give the money, they save the money, they borrow the money. Okay, so I'll tell you how. Okay, so this is the explanation of the first function. So basically, how does the bank function? Okay, or what does it exactly do? So for example, kids, now let's say Medha ma'am goes to work. Okay, I go to work and I earn 10,000 rupees. Okay, now I only need, let's say, 3,000 rupees, and my 7,000 rupees are extra. Okay, now one day I decide that, you know what, I only need 3,000 rupees. So I'm going to keep these 7,000 in my purse and I'm going to keep it in my almirah. And I need it only after 1 month or 2 months. Now, I open the purse after 2 months and I take those 7,000 rupees out. Okay, but then does that money increase when it is kept in my wallet or in my purse? No. I mean, I keep 7,000 today. After 2 months, I'll get 7,000 only. However, there is something called a bank, and there's something called an account that I have with the bank. Okay. So instead of keeping my money in the purse, I think, you know what? Let's go to the bank and I will keep this extra money in my account. Okay. So Medha ma'am today goes to the bank, keeps the money in the 7,000 rupees in her bank account. Okay. And then she needs the money after 2 months. Okay. Then when she withdraws her money, she's surprised that actually it was not 7,000, it was 7,100 rupees. So the money has increased. Why? Now, when we deposit the money in the bank's kids, the bank says, you know what? You give the money to us. We will keep it in the accounts and we will give you interest on it. Okay. So when you save the money with the banks not only gives you back what you have deposited, but it gives you a little extra. All right, kids. So basically, this is the first function of a bank. That is, it allows a person with excess money to deposit it in the bank and earns an extra interest rate. Now, apart from that, let's come to the second situation. One day, Medha ma'am has no money, but then Medha ma'am urgently needs to buy a mobile phone. Okay. Now, what do? So Medha ma'am goes to the bank and say, hey, I need to buy a mobile phone, but I don't have any money. So the bank will say, okay, ma'am, we are going to lend you some money so you can buy the mobile phone and you can give us the money back after 1 year. And we are going to charge some interest on it. So for example, bank gave Medha ma'am 1,000 rupees, but when Medha ma'am gives it back, it becomes 1,100. So, but the fact remained that when Medha ma'am needed the money, the bank helped, right? So these two stories made you understand the basic functioning of a bank. So whenever you have excess money, you can deposit your money in the bank. And whenever you need money, the bank lends you the money on an interest rate. Yes, kids, is it very, very clear? Now, let us see our main, backbone of the banking system is the Reserve Bank of India. Okay. Now, kids, the Reserve Bank of India is India's central bank. It's like the father of all the banks. Okay. So it makes the guidelines, it makes the rules and regulations, and it says, hello, all the banks, you have to follow these guidelines. You have to work under these rules and regulations. Okay. So it works under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Finance, which is the government of India. Okay. And it is responsible for a lot of things like issue and supply of the Indian rupee and the working and the regulation of the entire Indian banking system. All right, kids. Okay. So we are talking about the Reserve Bank of India, which is the apex authority. It is the India's central bank. All right. Now, banks are classified under different categories, just like some of them are mentioned here, like central bank, cooperative banks, then you have commercial banks, then you have regional rural banks, they are called RRBs, then you have local area banks, okay, then specialized banks, small finance banks, payment banks, okay. And you must have heard something called a public sector bank, private sector bank. That comes under the categorization of commercial banks. All right, kids. Now, from here, we are moving on to see a very, very interesting thing. What is it? Well, kids, we are going to look at some very, very important and fun things, that is the abbreviations and the full forms of the names of the banks. Now, what happens when we go out on the roads? We see a lot of bank hoardings, like the names of the banks, right? We see their branches, right? But then at times, we only see their short names, right? So for example, it's written SBI. It's written ICICI. It's written BOI, UBI, HDFC. But what do these short forms stand for? What do these abbreviations mean? Well, Medha ma'am is going to tell you today the full forms of some of the important banks of the country, and we are also going to see some of their taglines, like what they want to say through their taglines. Now, some banks have only one taglines which they've been following. Some have used many taglines. Okay, so we will be seeing the abbreviated versions, the full forms, and the taglines. So we'll start with BOB. Yes, a very, very famous, a very old bank, in the Indian banking system, is the Bank of Baroda. Okay, now the Bank of Baroda's tagline is India's International Bank. Okay, that is the tagline of Bank of Baroda. All right, kids. So here you can see, now this is the logo. This is the logo of Bank of Baroda. Okay, and whenever you will see a Bank of Baroda branch, this is how the orange and white color, this combination would have been used. It would be there. So this is what a Bank of Baroda banner would look like. Okay, so BOB stands for Bank of Baroda. All right. Okay, heading on to the next one, kids, we have BOI, which is Bank of India. Yes, kids, Bank of India. Now you can see this star here. This is the symbol. This is the logo of Bank of India. And its tagline says relationships beyond banking. Okay, something which goes beyond banking. So that is the tagline of BOI. That is Bank of India. All right. Okay, heading on to the next one, kids, we have BOM. Okay, so BBB, we are on the BBB, BOB, BOI, and now BOM. Okay, now BOM is Bank of Maharashtra. Okay, now Bank of Maharashtra, the tagline is one family, one bank. Okay, all right, one family, one bank. So this is a very nice way of saying that, if you, so for example, it would say, Medha ma'am, we have your account. Why don't you ask all of your family members to also have your account with the Bank of Maharashtra, right? So this entire family will have only one bank to deal with, that is Bank of Maharashtra. Kids, you know what? Every bank tries to give its best customer service to its banks, right? Because customers are very, very important for the banks. That's how the banks function. That's how they run, right? So all these taglines are basically made keeping in mind the services that the bank renders to the customers, right, kids? Okay, so BOM is Bank of Maharashtra, and this, kids, is the logo. Okay, this is the logo of Bank of Maharashtra. Now, heading on to the next one is CB, which is Canara Bank. Okay, now Canara Bank, if you see here, right here, there is also Syndicate, which is written. So Syndicate was also a bank, kids. Now it has merged under Canara Bank. Okay, and that's why the name's given here. Okay, the tagline is together we can. Okay, so Canara Bank says together we can. CB stands for Canara Bank. All right. Okay, heading on to the next, we have the CBI, which is the Central Bank of India. Now, kids, don't get confused here. Yes, we call RBI as our central bank, which means like the backbone of the banking system. But this is a bank's name as well, which is the Central Bank of India. Okay, now there are two taglines which I wanted to discuss here. One is, of course, central to you since 1911. Now you can see how old are these banks, right? And then build a better life around us. Okay, so both of these indicate the very nature of the bank. Okay, central to you since 1911 and build a better life around us. This is about the Central Bank of India. All right. Okay. Heading on to the next one, kids, it is IB, which is Indian Bank. Okay, now Indian Bank, the tagline says your own bank. Okay, and banking that's twice as good. All right, kids. So here you can see IB stands for Indian Bank, and this is the logo. Okay, this in center is the logo of the Indian Bank. All right, IB. All right, so your own bank and banking, that's twice as good. Okay, now the next one is IOB. Oh, we just did BOI, right? Which is Bank of India. Now this is like the opposite. So IOB, interesting. Well, it is Indian Overseas Bank. Okay, Indian Overseas Bank, and the tagline is good people to grow with. Ooh, okay. Now this is nice. So here, if you can see, this is the logo of the Indian Overseas Bank. Good people to grow with is the tagline. IOB, Indian Overseas Bank. All right. Heading on to the next one, kids. We have now a very popular one, I would say, is PSB, Punjab and Sindh Bank, okay, where service is a way of life. Now, this is the tagline for this particular bank, okay, where service is a way of life. Punjab and Sindh Bank. This here is the logo of Punjab and Sindh Bank. Now, wherever you will see this bank's banner, you will understand, oh, yes, this is what Medha ma'am had discussed with her, okay? So PSB is Punjab and Sindh Bank, okay. Heading on to the next one, we have, I think every bank, every Indian, bank, I think a lot of people are attached to this very, very famous bank, that is SBI, State Bank of India. It's a very popular one amongst the customers, okay? And there are different taglines, which present this brand name called SBI. So it says pure banking, nothing else, okay? Then it also says with you all the way. It also says the banker to every Indian. Now, can you see the essence of the fact that, they believe in, pure banking, giving all banking services to its customers, and also the fact that they are with us all the way wherever we go. We do find, SBI branches everywhere. We can access the ATMs as well, okay? And then, of course, the banker to every Indian. As I said, this is one bank which is very, very popular amongst a lot of citizens of the country. Do you all agree? Yes? Okay, so here we have SBI, which is the State Bank of India. Okay, now we have PNB. Okay, now PNB is Punjab National Bank, another one wherein it's Punjab. So we just had Punjab and Sindh Bank, right? Now we have PNB, Punjab National Bank, another one which is again very popular, a very old name in the Indian banking system. Punjab National Bank. The tagline says the name you can bank upon. Okay, the name you can bank upon is PNB, Punjab National Bank. Okay, the next one, kids, is Yuco Bank. All right, now Yuco Bank is called as Yuco only. Okay, so it's Yuco Bank. Now the tagline is honors your trust. Okay, so the fact that you have faith in the bank, you open accounts with them, you give them your investment, you put your money in the savings account. So it says that, you're trusting us, you're believing us, so we honor your trust, okay? Here we have, this is actually symbolical of a man holding his hands like this, okay? So it's a wonderful logo here. So this is the logo of Yuco Bank, all right? So Yuco Bank, UCO, it's called as Yuco Bank, okay? All right. The next one, kids, is UBI, Union Bank of India. Okay, now its tagline is good people to bank with. UBI, Union Bank of India. Now, again, you will see two more names here, which is Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank. So there were also these two banks, and now it has become an amalgamation. Okay, now it's an amalgamation of these two banks into the Union Bank of India. So they have it's actually the Union Bank of India under which these two have been merged. Okay, so Union Bank of India, UBI. The tagline is good people to bank with. All right, everyone. Yes. Amazing. Heading on to the next one, kids, we have one bank which is extremely popular in the private sector banks, ICICI Bank. I'm sure when you all go out on the roads, you see a lot of ATMs and a lot of branches, with this banner. Do you all see? Yes, ma'am. Okay. But then I'm sure very less people would know its full form, like the full form of the abbreviated ICICI. It's famously known as ICICI. Now, the full form is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. Woo! Well, none of us knew this, right? So, Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India is the full form of ICICI Bank. Okay. And its taglines are beautiful. They say, Hum hai na, as in like we are with you, we are there. And then khayal aapka, which means we're thinking of you, right? So Hum hai na and khayal aapka, these are the two taglines which are for ICICI Bank. And the full form is Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation of India. Now, this is absolutely amazing to know, right, kids? We do keep seeing all these names, but then we never thought about things in details. And now we have another very, very important and popular name, that is Axis Bank. Okay. And the tagline is Badhti ka naam zindagi. It's beautiful, right? You keep growing, and that is life. That is what this tagline means. Okay. So Axis Bank is the name. Okay. There is no abbreviation and there's no full form. That's the logo here. Axis, that's the logo. Okay. So it's like an A. So Axis Bank, Badhti ka naam zindagi. That's the tagline. Okay, heading on to the next one, another very popular one, we literally see it everywhere around us, is HDFC Bank. Okay, now the full form of HDFC is Housing Development Finance Corporation. Okay, Housing Development Finance Corporation. This is the full form of what we keep seeing around us, HDFC Bank. Okay, now the tagline says, we understand your world, right? Okay, so this is the tagline of HDFC Bank. We understand your world. All right, kids, Housing Development Finance Corporation. Is that okay? All right. Wow, we are getting to know so much. Okay, now with the next one is Indecent Bank. Okay, now this bull here, can you see this is the logo of Indecent Bank? Okay, now the tagline says, we make you feel richer. Okay, we make you feel richer. That is the tagline of Indecent Bank. All right, and again, a very popular bank in the private sector banking's system that we have. Okay, so Indecent Bank. Now, the next one is KMB, Kotak Mahindra Bank. So KMB is very, you would not hear it very often. You people call it as Kotak. Okay, so it's Kotak Mahindra Bank. Okay, and its tagline says, let's make money simple, right? Okay, so it's not complicated, simple. All right, so KMB, Kotak Mahindra Bank, let's make money simple. All right, okay, amazing. Now, talking about another one in the private sector is YBL, which is Yes Bank Limited. Okay, now this here is the logo. Now this tick mark. Okay, so this is the logo, and this is how the Yes Bank would be written wherever you see its branches. It says, experience our expertise. Okay, experience our expertise. That's its tagline. YBL stands for Yes Bank Limited. All right. Woo, amazing. And then we have IDBI. Okay, another one which you must have seen around you. IDBI, kids. The tagline is banking for all and aao soche bada. Okay, let's think bigger is the tagline for this particular bank. And the full form is Industrial Development Bank of India. IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India. All right, kids. Okay, perfect, amazing. Now, heading on to the next one, we have RBL, which is Ratnakar Bank Limited. Okay, another, it's like a growing one, we can say. The branches are upcoming and we are seeing it grow. So it is RBL, Ratnakar Bank Limited. Okay, and it says Apno Ka Bank, like our bank. Okay, so the banks actually through their taglines are literally trying to say that how, importantly they are trying to connect to the, customers, their customer base, the people, right? So we do have a lot of banking choices, kids. Can you see this whole group of banks that we have? We can actually choose from, right? Whoo, a lot of competition. Okay, so RBL is Ratnakar Bank Limited. Okay, Apno Ka Bank is the tagline. All right. Now the next one is IDFC First Bank. Okay, IDFC First Bank. The full form is Infrastructure Development Finance Company. Okay, Infrastructure Development Finance Company is the name. Okay, it says IDFC Bank, and the tagline says banking hatke and always you first. Okay, these are the different two taglines which the bank has used. All right, so IDFC First Bank, this is its logo right here, you can see. Okay, and the full form is Infrastructure Development Finance Company. All right, okay. Now the next one, kids, is CSB Bank. Now this is less seen, it's not really seen many places. It's called Catholic Syrian Bank, and this here is the symbol, this is the logo. Okay, it says support all the way. Okay, support all the way, that's the tagline. So CSB, Catholic Syrian Bank. And then we have another one, which is CSFB, Capital Small Finance Bank. Yes, we did see the list of all the banks, right? All of them. So this is CSFB, Capital Small Finance Bank. Vishwas se Vikas tak. That's the tagline. And this here is the logo of Capital Small Finance Bank. Okay, and then kids, we have something called the post office also. We all know about the post office. Okay, now the post office also has this payments bank. It's called India Post Payments Bank, IPPB. Okay, so it's attached to the India's post office. Okay, and its tagline is every customer is important, aapka bank aapka dwar. Okay, so these are the two taglines. Okay, India Post Payments Bank. All right. Whew. Now these were some amazing, some of these amazing bank names that we had. My God, so many abbreviations. And literally, kids, I'm sure just like me, you all must be thinking, yes, we have seen this board. Yes, we have seen this name, right? We all do connect to the images that we see around us. Okay, so all these were, super functional banks that are functioning all around us. You go out on the roads, you travel within the city, outside the city, everywhere, airports and railway stations. These banks have really made their mark to make sure that the public is served in a proper way by establishing their ATM, small branches in wherever location, even in the smallest of the villages, right? Yes. Now, kids, we have come to the last section of our session, and that is knowing some important facts about the banks, right? Are you all ready? Okay, now let us see some interesting facts about the banks, kids. This is about the State Bank of India. Okay, now kids, State Bank of India descends from the Bank of Calcutta. Okay, it was when it was Calcutta. Now it's Kolkata. Okay, so it comes from Bank of Calcutta in 1806, then the Imperial Bank of India, okay, which then the State Bank of India. So this is like a cycle, okay, making it the oldest commercial bank in the Indian subcontinent. That's why I said a lot of, like a huge chunk of our population is attached to the State Bank of India. All right. Then State Bank of India is the 5th largest employer in India. Yes, of course, it has branches everywhere, so many branches that it would need a lot of people which would service the customers, right? So, State Bank of India is the fifth largest employer in India. Bank of India has more than 200 branches abroad. Ooh, 200 branches, kids. That's absolutely crazy to think about. Now, listen to this one, okay? Lala Lajpat Rai was the first person who opened an account in Punjab National Bank. Whew, yes, a very, very interesting one. Lala Lajpat Rai, the great freedom fighter. He was the first person who opened an account with Punjab National Bank. That is such a proud fact for this bank, I'm sure. Right, kids? Okay. Then we also heard about the Canara Bank. So Canara Bank was the first Indian bank who get an ISO 9002 certificate. Okay, so it was the first bank who got this ISO 9002 certificates. It's a very important trademark, a very important certification. And then we have Bank of India, the first bank to open a branch outside India. Yes, now these are some, I would say, like benchmarks which these banks have created for themselves and for the other banks as well, right, kids? Now, coming to the next one, established in 1911, the Central Bank of India was wholly owned and managed by the Indians. Yes, imagine in 1911, even when we were under the British rule, it was the central bank, the CBI that we talked about. It was wholly owned and managed by the Indians, right, kids? And the next one says that Punjab National Bank was founded in 1894, and it is the second largest public sector bank in India, both in terms of business and network, right, kids? That's what I said, that some of banks are there which are really old, in the banking system. And I'm sure they have witnessed generations, they have witnessed the changes which our country has been through, right? And our interesting fact for today's session is that the Reserve Bank of India was the central bank not just for India but also for two other countries. That was Myanmar and Pakistan. Oh my God. Now, this is a really important fact, that RBI was the central bank for two other countries, which was Myanmar and Pakistan. And with that, we come to an end of this fabulous, super informative session. Yay! Amazing, kids. Oh my God. What set of information did we just have? Oh, my mind is like, yes, I know all about the banks. Do you all say that as well? We know all about the banks. We know their names. We know their full forms. And we are going to eat everyone's head today asking, come on, tell me, do you know the full form of this bank? Yay! All right. So cool, guys. Whew. All of you had fun? Yes, you had fun. Okay, guys, I absolutely loved it, because as I always say that, when you guys learn, I learn. Yes. So I'm also a learner. Of course, I'm your mentor, I'm your teacher, but then learning has no age. Medha ma'am believes that learning literally has no age. You can learn when you are 5 years old. You can learn when you're 15 years old. You can learn when you're 50 years old, 75 years old, 100 years old. You keep learning every single day. Right, kids? Woo! Awesome! All right, and with that, today we have come to our only round of the polls that is left, and I'm super excited because I have these whole box of questions that I have ready, and I'm going to shoot them to you all. So you all know what do we do in our polls. Medha ma'am asked you questions. You've got two options to choose from. Choose the right option, and then of course I'm going to tell you what is the right answer. Are you all ready? Say yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Awesome. Okay. So, kids, I'm going to begin my first round of the only round of the, well, I was just trying to confuse you guys. Come on. Yes. I'm going to begin my question rounds now. And here is my first question. What is the full form of BOM? What is the full form of BOM? And your options are, is it A, Bank of Maharashtra, or is it B, Bank of Manipur? Oh, a little slightest confusion, but then I know I have my champions here. Quickly mark your answers. What is the full form of BOM? Is it Bank of Maharashtra or is it Bank of Manipur? Quick, my kids. Yay! Amazing. I'm sure you guys are doing wonderful. Quickly mark, half time gone. We are close to, yes, we are close to coming to the timer clock. And it says time up. Ooh, time up. Okay. Let's see what all have you marked. So have you chosen M for Maharashtra or M for Manipur? Well, you know what? A majority has got me the right answer. It is Bank of Maharashtra. Very good. What a start, kids. Absolutely amazing. So what is the full form of BOM? It is Bank of Maharashtra. Very, very good. Fabulous, my little ones. Whew, okay. Now let me talk about my second question. And I'm going to ask again a little twisting one. Slightly twisting. Okay. The question is, what does P stands for in PNB? What does P stands for in PNB? Is it A, Patna, or is it B, Punjab? Now you have to think about the full name, like full form of PNB, and I'm not going to tell you. Then you have to think whether P was for Patna or P was for Punjab. Testing. Yay, come on. Little twist is a must in life. Yes. Quick, guys. Very good going. What does P stands for in PNB? Is it Patna or is it Punjab? Last few seconds. Whoo, and the timer bird says stop. Let's see what's the answer. Yes, kids. So P stands for Patna, Punjab. Well, the correct answer is, tell me. It is Punjab. Yes, kids, PNB is Punjab National Bank. Absolutely amazing. Woohoo! Okay, guys, what do you eat? Why don't you all tell me that, what you eat? Because you guys are super geniuses. Trust me, every answer is correct. Very good. Okay, then let me try another one. Okay, another question coming up for you all. Okay, I'm going to again twist my question. So what does H stands for in HDFC Bank? In the name HDFC, what does H stands for? Okay, your options are, is it A, housing, or is it B, hospital? Okay, now this should be easy, but then think and mark your answers, kids. Come on. Yes. What does H stands for in HDFC Bank? H. Is it for housing or is it for hospital? Come on. Very good. I like when you all think. Last few seconds. And all right, and time is up. Now let's see what have you marked. So H stands for housing or H stands for hospital? Well, ma'am, we are not going to get confused because we know that H stands for housing. Very good. Phenomenal, guys. Yes, so it is H for housing. Absolutely brilliant. Woohoo! Okay, amazing. All right, kids. Now I just have my last question for you all. Okay, my last question for you all. Everyone's ready? For sure. Okay. Last question. Stay focused. Tie up your seatbelts and answer me this one. Lala Lajpat Rai was the first person who opened an account in dash, as in you have to name the bank. Okay. Lala Lajpat Rai was the first person who opened an account in dash. Your options are, is it A, PNB, or is it B, ICICI? Woohoo! Last question. Come on, kids. I want to see what all do my kids answer. Yes. So my question is, Lala Lajpat Rai was the first person who opened an account in dash. PNB, ICICI. What do you think is the answer? I'm watching. Last question, finale question. Come on, kids. All right, and time is up. Woohoo! Brilliant! Yay! Okay, all right. So Lala Lajpat Rai was the first person who opened an account in dash, and your options were PNB and ICICI. What's the answer? Well, it's absolutely right. It's PNB. And with that, kids, we come to an end of our session all about knowing our banks. What a fabulous performance. I mean, I'm so thrilled because, it's also new to you, but then you guys never fail to impress me. Really, really well done. Whew. So did you all have fun? Yes? Just like always, Medha ma'am. Okay, fabulous, guys. I had a super duper time as well, teaching you these new things all about the banks. And I really hope you like it. And thank you for being the wonderful, wonderful audience, just like you always are. Now, something related to banks is my small yellow class tip. Now, ma'am, what would be a tip that is related to bank? Well, it's not really related to bank, but it's about savings. Right, kids? When we are kids, we all have these piggy banks. Okay, kids? Develop the habit of saving little of what you have. So, for example, if your mama or your papa gives you 10 rupees, okay? Try to save 5 rupees and try to spend 5 rupees. If you get 100 rupees, try to save 50 rupees. Try to spend 50 rupees, right? These little habits of savings will actually help you in the future, and you will always have this in with you that, whatever you get, there's no end to spending, right? There's no end to spending the money. You get 100, of course, you can spend the 100, right? But even then, your desires will not be fulfilled. You will even want to buy more, right? But then you should know that how to control. In case of buying 10 chocolates, just buy 2 chocolates, right? Chocolates are sweet. They're going to sweeten your mouth. So that's fine, right? So start saving. And then maybe, let's say if you start saving from your 5th birthday, save till your 10th birthday, and then break your piggy bank and see how much have you saved, right? So start doing it today. And I promise this is going to be the best habit that you will have, and you'll always remember when you grow up. Right, kids? Will you all do that? Awesome! Super duper happy. All right, kids. So thank you so much for this wonderful time, and keep sharing your works on our, Yellow Class Instagram page, Facebook page, and of course, keep adding more and more of your friends to your classes, your sessions. I love to have you all with me here, and I'm sure you all are sharing your referral codes, and already I can see the prizes are raining, right, kids? And keep exploring everything about Yellow Class. We do have so many things for our little ones, right, kids? Yes. All right. So then, keep painting, keep doing yoga, keep learning, keep dancing, keep singing. And of course, here I am, Medha ma'am, to make sure that your knowledge box is always having something new in it. All right. So I promise to come back very soon in your favorite Yellow Classes General Knowledge with Medha ma'am. Till then, Take good care of yourselves. Keep dancing, keep smiling, keep eating healthy. And last but not the least, stay happy. Lots of love, dear ones. Bye.